Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made these little gift bags. The sizes of them, the base is 2 inches by 3 3/4, so that's quite a nice little bag. They were made using a new product that's available now in our catalogues, and it's called the gift bag punch board. It is absolutely super. I love it. The beauty of it is you can make 3 different size bags, and the sizes are determined by the sizes on the base. But whatever base you decide, you can do it as short or as tall as you like. The length really doesn't matter, that's your choice. The only tutorials I've seen at the moment have used DSP to make these bags, and I think that's a little bit flimsy. I don't like it. It does work. Oh, don't look at the bottom there. This was my first one. It does work, but my personal preference, I prefer more sturdy to have the cardstock. So I'm going to show you my way of doing this. I've got, both of my designs are masculine designs because it's Father's Day coming up. One of them I've used DSP, one of them I've stamped the actual cardstock. So I'm going to show you this one first, and very quickly the difference how I did that. So to start off with, what you need is a piece of cardstock that measures 6 inches by 12 inches. And you need, I call this a knife, it's actually your scoring tool. And what you need to do is to put your cardstock in here, and oh, what's that? Looks like a hair. I like to do my scoring all the way along here first. This is a tip that I picked up from Angie of Chicken Scratch. Once you've done this, then you don't have to think about doing the straight line across. And once you've done it, just check from the back to make sure you've done it all along. I haven't done that first bit very well. I'm trying to be too gentle there. Okay, so to start off with, what you need to do is line up the edge of, I haven't put my sheet down very firmly, never mind. Right, to line up the edge of your cardstock on the start line here, punch and score down the large line. That's that one. Then you move the score line along to the start line again. Punch. It is easier to stand up to do this, but I can't stand up and video at the same time, so but I'll manage. And then you do the score down the side, the score in the centre, and then either side here. So that's going to form the gusset of your bag in there. So move along your last score line onto the start line again, punch, and then score on the large. Oops, allowed that to move there. And then move that score, move those out of the way, move that score line onto the start line again and punch, and then score on the side, in the centre, either side, and that's the gusset for the other side. Move along your last score line to the start line and just punch. Okay, so that's that bit done. And then for the holes that you have here, you go in this way round, and where you have, let me see if I can show you, where you have score lines, maybe easier on the back side, yep, where you have score lines where it's been punched out, those are the lines, that one, that one, that one and that one, they are the ones you're going to be lining up with the pointer down here. Okay, so put the first one in, the pointer is lining up to the score line with, let me move this up a bit, you can't see that. Okay, that's better. So my pointer is lined up with the cut on the scored line where it's been cut. So you punch and it will give you the 2 holes. Move it up to the score line by the cutout. Punch, and that gives you the next 2 holes. Move up to the next score line where you've got the cutout. Punch. Then up to the last one. Score line where you've got your cutout. And punch. Okay. Now you need one up here to match up with that one. So what you do is you line up the edge of the paper, because that's by a cutout, and then you punch once. I'm going to turn this round because it wobbles a bit like that. Let's get this closer to me without getting my head on the camera. Okay, so I've lined that cut edge up against there. Yes, you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So there's that one. What I should have done before I started all this was my punching of my design. And if I take a scrap piece of paper, doesn't matter, I can do it now. And I'm using the 2 stamps from Gorgeous Grunge, that one and that one. And I'll show you that one. No, maybe either order. That's this stamp set here. So I'm using this one and this. And I'm using Crumb Cake, aren't I? What have I done with my Crumb Cake ink? Put it over there. Yes. That's it, right, okay. So I'm just going to stamp this in a very, very random position. As I say, it is better to stamp it before you do all your punching and everything. But this will work. This one's going to be the front, so make sure that it does actually come over the edge there. So that's okay. We just put a few big splodges on here as well. I think that's okay. Right, now you need red sticky tape. You could use fast fuse if you wanted. Right, what I do is for the strip here, I've got the front of the box facing me, so for the first strip I put down there. Oh, that's something else I do as well. Cut that one off as well. Don't need that. And then on the tabs, this is going to be the front. So I want... no, I don't, do I? Leave that one. That's the one that I don't want tape on. I want it on this one. This one. And this one. Right. Okay. Now I'm just going to fold on my crease lines, and I'm going to use my bone folder for this so that I get nice creases. Right, the ones you need to fold on are the score lines where they've been cut. Okay, those there. Don't fold on the ones that forms the Y shape, which is your gusset. I'll show you what we do with those in a moment. Okay, and as you fold this over, just make sure that this lines up with your straight edge down there as well. That's that one, and by the cut. A score line by the cut there. And then of course the flaps. I did buy myself the gift box punch board, but I really just didn't get on with that at all. The closure on it just totally defeated me, but this, I absolutely love this. Right, so I'm going to stick the side bit down first. Once you've taken the long piece off, you should be able to just fold that over. Just make sure you are still lining up here. I wonder, oh, that hasn't lined up very well, has it? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat there. Just going to cut that little bit off. Nobody would know. Oh, come on. Maybe they will know. Oh, that's better. Okay, so that's those. Now, with these gussets, what I do is very gently encourage the score line to fold. I don't actually bend it all the way down because otherwise it's going to bend this bit. And these bits here, I just gradually give those a little bit of a push so that when I'm actually pushing the bits of together, my box is formed, it'll go a lot easier. There we go. Just a very, very little, I call it a tease. Okay. So the next bit is to take the 3 bits of the red sticky strip off. In fact, it doesn't feel as if I've put my box together very well. So I'll show you what I'll do about that. My box isn't laying very flat. I don't know quite why. So what I'm going to do is with my bone folder, I'm just going to make that come over there. Now that should not have happened, and it's the first time it has. But the fact that I got the hole that didn't line up, it suggests I did something wrong. But anyway, you'll get the idea. Take this one off as well. with the box upside down and your front flap at the back. Push the two little flaps in first. Make sure you've got your box really nice and straight, and press the big flap down, and then you bring your front one down on top. Okay, so once you've done that, tip it upside down and press the insides in there. Now, when you push your box together, that goes really nicely. Okay, that's because you've you very gently teased that earlier on. Okay, so what I did for the rest of this, I don't know if I can prop this up a bit, can I, so that you can see it. First of all, I did some ribbon, and the ribbon I'm using for this one is, I'm going to use this, and I think I worked that I need about 20 inches. That's 16, about that. And my ribbon scissors. And then from the front, push the ribbon through the 4 holes. Oh, that's better. And if you have trouble getting it to go through, just get something to encourage it to go through. Okay, and then this one. See, all these other holes line up, so I don't know quite what happened with that odd one. Right. Once I've done the bow on this one, I leave the tails quite long, because obviously a gift box, it's going to be opened and closed more than once. And for the same reason, I don't worry too much about what my bow looks like. I try to get it to look nice, but if it's one of those bows that bites back, I don't argue. That's really got twisted. I'll sort that out off camera. I mean, I don't worry about it too much, but I do like it to look reasonably nice. In fact, they're different lengths now as well, so that definitely needs to be looked at. Okay, so I'm going to use my bird builder punch and punch out that. So we take Alright, let's do these two first. And then we just come back and do the leaf, the wing rather. I call it a leaf because that's what I use it for quite often. It's a very useful punch, this one. Then I'm going to sponge the edges with white ink. If the bird doesn't get sponged, then it quite disappears on the bag. Very difficult to try and do this bit. It's a lot easier to do it with the coloured inks rather than craft. Plus the fact I've got a nice juicy ink pad here. Well, that's alright, that'll be fine. And I'm also going to punch a large scalloped circle. No, not that one, is it? That's for my next project. That's this one. And I need to sponge the edges of that as well. There we go. And the stamp that I'm using is this one. It's for you, and that comes from Amazing Birthday. Which is that one there. You could use a birthday cake or surprise. Either of them would go nicely with this. Right, now move those out of the way. And my Crumb Cake ink. Going to stamp this twice. So that I can punch it out once with, what size did I want? I think this is, no, it's not 3/4 of an inch. That's for the little one. Just, that's for that one. And I should have another round punch on here. Wasn't the 1 inch. Oh, right under my nose. Okay, so there's that one as well. Now before I put the tag together, I'm going to punch a hole, and this is using the 1/8 inch handheld hole punch, and I'm taking some linen thread. I don't know how long this is, must be about 6 inches I suppose. I fold it in half, and then I put the loop bit to come through on the front of here, so that when I put my other 2 pieces through, the loop sits nicely on the scallop from the front. And if you find, like I'm finding here, that you've got one longer than the other, just pull the short one through till it matches up, and then you can pull it. Okay, so that was meant to go over the top of my scallop. It's the first time it's gone sideways. Oh well, never mind. Right, that's better. Okay, so it's sitting like that, and that's where it will stay, and it'll keep everything straight for me. So I'm going to use dimensionals, one on that, and where's my other little one gone? I saw it punch out. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one on there. It covers the hole a little bit, which is why I punched that first. And then that one. And then pop that into the centre. It just gives it a nice bit of dimension. And then I tie that onto this ribbon. And when you tie it onto the front here, make sure that you are actually tying it at the front here. Don't tie it at the top, tie it at the front. is it? Let's try it the other way round. Let's take the short end. Wrap the long one round. Yes, much easier. Now let's tidy it up. Nope, only one side has come through. Oh well, I'll leave that like that. I'll tidy it up afterwards. Now for my bird, I'm going to take a dimensional to put him on, and I'm going to cut just a little bit of a dimension for his wing. Just cut a little bit off the edge. Turn that over. Turn that over. Pop his wing on, and then to adhere my branch on here, I'm going to use the 2A glue pen. Pop it round that way. Okay, so you can see that shows up more now because it's got the white on it. And then sit him on the branch. And of course he needs an eye. So let's give him a pearl. Oh, it would be the bottom one, wouldn't it? I'm going to use a medium size pearl. There we go, makes so much difference. Okay, so that's that box. Now very quickly I'm going to show you what I've done with the one that has the DSP on it. Okay, so a lot of this work I've already done to save us a bit of time. Okay, so I've done exactly the same as before. I've teased these little folds in. I've got my red sticky strip on there, everything, but no holes up here. That is the big difference. So I have 2 pieces of DSP. This is from the new paper stacks. So I'm just going to pop these on using my snail. Make sure it's up the right way because this is writing. There's that one. That one. And then, let's take that one. Take up the red sticky strip. Bring that over to close. That feels a lot better than the last one. Okay, so now that's done, take off the other 3 pieces of the red cover for the sticky strip. Now it may be possible to punch the holes once you've put your DSP onto your box. It might be possible to do that with the gift bag punch board, but I don't want to take a chance on it, so I do mine this way. Okay, so I fold these 2 bits down just as before. Make sure the box is really nice and straight. Put that side down and then bring the front down. Turn it over. Make sure the bottom's nicely stuck down. Push in. Okay, now I punch holes on this one using my crocodile. I use a 3/16 of an inch hole, and I've already set this so I know I can push my bag right up to that edge. And the way I decide how I'm going to do it, where, not very clever with black, is it? Where that fold comes in, I put my finger on the outside, so I know I've got to get my hole halfway between there. So with my 3/16, I slide it through. Let's close that up first. Okay. Push that in there. So that's halfway between where my fingernail is and the edge over here. Okay. And then just press. Crocodile just goes through that like butter. Okay, do the same the other side where this is folding inwards. Put my finger by the side of that. Get my crocodile, make sure I've got the right side. And halfway between my fingernail and the edge. That's it, done. And then I put my ribbon through. Ribbon through the other side. Make sure your ribbon's straight. Tie it. Now that looks better than the first one, doesn't it? It looks much better. Okay, so that's that one. Just trim the edges a little bit. Oh, what's happened to my ribbon there? I'm not going to worry about that. This bit I've already made, done it exactly the same as the last one. Try and tie this one, see if we have any more joy with this. Oh, that's better as well. So it's not that one, that one. Just trim that bit off. And I've also already made my bird, and this one I actually put a googly eye on it rather than the pearl. So two-way pen. And no dimensional on that. Oops, that went on the floor. There we go. Okay, needs a little bit of tidying up there, but that's okay. So, what would your choice be? The one with the DSP on it, or the one where you stamp your own design? There is another one, obviously, that you could do, and that is with your DSP. Just stick it down, I'll show you on the back, just to make it come up to this far, so that you've got plain black there, and that would go through your punch board. It's not one that I've tried. No doubt I will do sooner or later, but there you go. I hope you like it. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and many thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please contact me, because I'll be very happy to help you. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button at the top right hand side of the screen or just underneath the screen. If you'd like to buy any of the products that I've featured here, please click on the link that's now showing on the screen, and that'll take you to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.